After that, we have a really, really good fight. Brendan Allen and Karl Roberson. This fight is a middleweight fight. Karl Roberson, really, really good boxer, and he has some pretty good grappling as well. 9 wins and 3 losses. 30 and a half years old. 6 foot 1 inch tall and a 74-inch reach. Brendan Allen, 25 years old. A little bit of a height advantage and a little bit of a reach advantage here. At 75 inches and 6 foot 2 inches tall. A very slight favorite on the betting odds at minus 135 here. Coming off a devastating knockout loss, I believe in the second or third round to Sean Strickland in his last fight. Maybe it was even in the first round. I'm not too sure about that one. But he had a horrible game plan in that last fight with Sean Strickland. He went out there, that whole entire fight with Sean Strickland was spent in the striking game. He did not go for one takedown, not one takedown in the fight, which was a horrible move for him to do in the fight against a guy like Sean Strickland, who was so powerful, who was way better striking in my opinion than Brendan Allen. So that was a really dumb move in my opinion. But before that, beating guys like Kyle Dawkins, Tom Breeze, Kevin Holland, and Aaron Jeffrey, mainly a grappling performance in all of those fights right there. But in this fight with Karl Roberson, Karl Roberson has shown to have some pretty good offensive grappling. Now, I specify offensive grappling. Defensive grappling doesn't really have the best defensive grappling. What we saw in the fight with Marvin Vettori, he ended up getting Marvin Vettori's back and almost lashing in his own rear naked choke submission. But after that, Marvin Vettori got his back and then ended up submitting Karl Roberson in the fight. The tabloid predictions for this fight are insane, man. I definitely wouldn't have him as this big of a favorite. 90% going Allen to win the fight, mainly by submission. In my opinion, I either think that Karl Roberson is going to win the fight by decision, keeping the fight on the feet and winning a 29-28 decision win, or Brendan Allen will get the fight to the ground, making more of a wrestling and grappling based fight and win the fight by 30-27 unanimous decision. One of those two things, in my opinion, will happen in the fight. But Karl Roberson, if you look at his takedown defense, if we can find it right here, his takedown defense, let's see, his takedown defense is 50% right here. Both fighters have some pretty decent takedown accuracy. Surprisingly, Karl Roberson has better takedown accuracy than Brendan Allen does, which is absolutely insane. For Karl Roberson to have better takedown accuracy and pretty much the same exact takedown defense as Brendan Allen tells a lot about Karl Roberson. He's a very, very good grappler and very, very good striker as well. But I think the grappling and wrestling advantage will go to Brendan Allen. The striking advantage will go to Karl Roberson in the fight. So it just matters where the fight is going to take place. If Brendan Allen can get the fight to the ground, land some ground and pound shots, and go for some submissions, and I do think he will win the fight that way. Possibly by submission, like a lot of people are saying right here. Like way too many people are saying he's going to win the fight by submission. But most likely, if he gets the fight to the ground, dominates it there, lands a lot of ground and pound, goes for submission after submission after submission, I think Brendan Allen will win the fight by 29-28 unanimous decision. Karl Roberson keeps the fight on the feet. I think he will win the fight by 29-28 unanimous decision. But overall, I think Brendan Allen, he always finds a way to get the fight to the ground. Even though in his last fight with Sean Strickland, he did not go for one takedown in the fight, which was super surprising. In this fight, I think he will have a much different game plan. Then go for a takedown on Karl Roberson, get him down, then grapple and wrestle the whole entire fight, and get a boring ground and pounding, grinding decision whenever Karl Roberson in the fight. So my prediction for this fight is Brendan Allen by 29-28 unanimous decision.